Hello, and welcome back to Good Brews, Bad Views. I'm Max, and as always, I'm joined by my friends Ryan and James, and we are here to watch bad movies and drink some good beer alongside them. How you guys doing today?
I'm doing all right.
I'm fine.
Cool. So for our very first episode, we have The Flintstones from 1994, starring John Goodman, Rick Moranis, and a very fine array of other actors and actresses. So we have the movie queued up that Steven Spielberg presents has just appeared on the screen. This movie couldn't go more than 1 second without making a rock joke. So if you're going to be watching alongside with us, hit play now.
I sure hope these rock jokes don't persist throughout the whole movie.
You know, I hope so too.
One of the things I actually really like about this very beginning scene is the background music. I think harkens back actually to a lot of old style, like Journey to the Center of the Earth dinosaur movies.
Like ominous.
Yeah, it's ominous and big and everything else
Very
is going
big
on.
sound to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's. I thought that was kind of a fun little throw in there from Spielberg. I'd assume that he's probably the one that kind of drove that sound design there because he grew up on all that stuff.
You know, I'm surprised that that's not Rock Moranis on the opening credits, but
Yes.
you know. But already, I'm impressed by the dinosaurs. I mean, this is like the height of like animatronics in movies,
Right.
kind of. There's a nice blend of CGI and.
I'm assuming you're talking the era and not this movie specifically.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Kyle MacLachlan, your efforts to be known from something other than Twin Peaks are mediocre at best.
You can tell this is an older movie because she's smoking.
Yes.
Right.
Also, that looks like a very, very bad wig he's wearing.
Yes, it does.
But a very, very young Halle Burton.
Yeah, she weighs all of 103 pounds probably here.
Probably, but she's aged very, very well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I do like that they've continued the like British bad guy theme here.
He's
Going
not
forward.
British, though.
He's not British?
No.
Oh, well, never mind, everybody. You can yell
James
at me.
wants it to be, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
there's
notice
the
the
CGI.
difference. I don't know if anyone saw it there, but Fred is fighting like crazy in the long shot. But the near shots, he's just like, okay, I got this.
Yeah. I like how they use the same sound effects
Right.
throughout the movie that was from the TV show. So, you know.
I love the set designs and all the practical effects, like you kind of mentioned already, Max. But I just love it.
Yeah, I can't imagine what this movie costs to make.
Tar Wars,
Yeah.
Gorge Lucas.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Good CGI / practical Dino.
And a pun.
Yeah. So is Fred watching his life story right now?
It's kind of weird there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Probably.
And
the
here's
influence for
the bad
Inception, I
CGI
assume.
for this movie.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's like Sega CDX. That's rough.
Yeah. But, you know, the casting is on point from this movie, you know.
Right.
I'm trying to think, like, if they made this movie today, like, who would you want to have in this? But,
John Goodman would still probably
Yeah,
be
it'd still
Fred
be John
Flintstone.
Goodman. Obviously.
I thought maybe Seth Rogen, but I could be wrong there.
I'd see him as a Barney.
I see Zach Galifianakis more as a Barney.
I would be okay with that.
What's with these backward tricycles?
You're just jealous that you didn't think of it, Max.
Yeah. They have like a
I
rudder.
like to think that that's the biker gang of Bedrock.
And Rick Moranis looks really weird without any glasses
I
on.
know it ain't right. His Barney giggle is pretty spot on.
Yeah. Man, the word hipster has definitely changed its use in 65 million years. Yeah.
Did Rick Moranis do anything after this movie?
He
Is this
might have
pre or
done
post
like
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Well, I think there were a couple Honey I Shrunk the Kids sequels. Honey, I Blew Up the Kid,
Yeah.
and then
Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves. Or
yeah,
whatever it was.
I don't know if he made many more movies past that because after that his wife passed away and he like retired
Yeah,
from
he was,
acting
like-
to
yeah.
like raise his kids, like
Right.
you know, a good father.
Right.
So, but
Which ties into this movie. He's just trying
Yeah.
to be a good father.
Yeah.
Right.
Barney Rubble, like world's best
Say hello,
father.
say hello to my tar pit, Barney.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of subtle things that I do like in this movie, like the fact that Fred Flintstone has a gigantic wedding ring, clearly made out of rock.
Oh wow, I did not notice that. There's so many like little itty bitty details. Like, oh my, just I don't know, like the rock, the tie. But I'm just now realizing this is like a green screen backshot scene.
Right.
Yeah, they do a really good job in making stuff not look really out of place, and I think part of that does come from how big and bombastic the set design is.
Mm-hmm.
That your eyes don't wander to what's going on in the background. A lot of the cases here,
Mm-hmm.
they stick on exactly what they want you to look at. Which
Yeah.
To me, that's the case of having someone like Spielberg working on the movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Good.
Who
editing.
knows how to steer the eye?
Yeah.
Yeah. This opening credit sequence is 6 minutes long.
Yeah, it's really long. It's completely a '90s movie credit sequence.
Right. And I get it with the whole font that they chose here, but in some of the shots, the font actually blends into the background like camouflage.
Yeah, there's a lot of brown in this
Yeah.
movie. But even just like this opening pan of like the suburbs of Bedrock, like there's a lot of care. Like all the houses have their own little unique little quirks.
If that thing worked, I'd spend my life savings to buy one.
Oh, the crab lobster
Lobster
thing.
mower.
Ah, Stephen E. D'Souza. We will be seeing his name a lot in the future.
And there's one of those bikes again.
Yep.
I appreciate a lot of what this movie does, but sometimes it's a little bit too on the nose to the cartoon.
Yeah.
And, by the time the movie's over, it has way more POV shots than expected, like point of views. Of the
Yeah,
characters.
most of them are Fred's too. When I was growing up, I thought that was Mary Kate and or Ashley Olsen playing Pebbles, but I was wrong. I think if they made this movie like today, it would entirely be like a CGI movie. Like they wouldn't.
Let's take a moment here to acknowledge that tiny little woman just lifted a door that's like 700 pounds. Put it back in the
And it's
wall.
presumably made of rock.
Yeah.
Right. What was a badass?
Yep. She puts up with a lot of Fred's crap.
There's a ton of feet shots in this movie too.
Yeah, you'd think Quentin
I
Tarantino
was just gonna say
was
co-directed by
in charge of
Tarantino.
The something to pay attention to through this whole movie too is all the headlines in the news, like that one right there about the rugby team crashing in the mountains. There's a few later about how Mideast peace talks break down.
Wow.
The newspaper headlines are actually one of those funny details to check out.
Yeah, and they're actual headlines. They're not just like the random string of letters you see on like TV shows or whatever.
Yeah,
there's a pretty great storefront name later on in the show that I liked.
Yeah.
So the way Fred treats this thing really makes me wonder if there's some hierarchical, just like pet animal society thing that we're not aware of, because he treats these things like tools, but then you've got Dino, who's like a pet, but these things are just really, really, really poorly treated. And,
pig lizard things.
Right. Just objects.
That's You brought up the philosophy of the Flintstones.
I do my best.
I mean, we could spend this entire podcast talking about the fragile masculinity of Fred Flintstone, but I think people would get bored about that.
Yeah,
but I'm sure there are papers written about it, considering this is the Flintstones are pretty much originally were an animated adaptation of the Honeymooners.
Right, and I like the comically acceptable, just misogynistic tones at times. That's great.
And how she stands up to him right here and he immediately backs down.
Right.
Yep.
Like it just completely falls apart. It's great.
Yeah. It's like this internal struggle within Fred Flintstone to be like the alpha male,
Right.
Yeah.
but also
But his
be
heart
like
is
a
too
decent
big.
human being.
He's just the Grinch after giving all the toys back to Whoville.
Yeah.
His heart is too big. There's a lot of really, really long, like heartfelt scenes in this movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I mean the central plot points that we kind of get to with the rebels wanting to adopt is, that's a thing. Like, that's a very deep thing for a family to consider. There's a lot of stuff going on in this movie.
Yeah.
It's,
I remember the McDonald's during this time period changing to look like the Flintstones McDonald's. And,
I
and having the
remember
toys.
they had, as part of like a promotion thing, they had like these glasses, like these glass mugs. You'd pay like, I don't know, $1 or $2 in 1990s money, and they had like 4 different little like glass mugs that looked like they were from out of the movie as far as like the design or whatever. So.
Yeah.
But I think Rosie O'Donnell was a really good casting choice for this
Agreed.
one, and her Betty Rubble laugh is like spot on.
Yeah, they nailed
Other
it.
than the fact that it completely drowns out Wilma's. Like,
Agreed. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Also, that you like how the fish in the background kind of has like legs to it.
yeah, it's evolving.
Of course.
I think out of everyone in the movie, the orphanage director has like the most craziest Flintstones hair. Like, everyone's hair is mostly in check in this.
Yeah, hers is pretty wild, isn't it? She's even got that bone.
I swear that monkey looks familiar. Like, that was like the go-to.
I hope that
That monkey has a
monkey's the
great
same
agent.
one that shows up in the test later on.
It probably
Probably.
is. Probably is. Oh, Bam Bam.
Bop, bop, bop.
We've looked this up. The kid who plays Bam Bam is just some like random Swedish twins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The constant playoff again, like you were talking about, Ryan.
Saber-toothed tiger.
They're kind of cool with like just other mammals or
Right.
speaking and around.
Yeah.
They don't go deep into it, but they go just enough that it's kind of a fun thing that they poke at the whole time.
Right.
Yeah. That is a painfully obvious wig.
Right.
Yeah.
Painfully obvious.
It's also a painfully obvious dub of someone else growling in that kid's
yeah,
place.
yeah. The ADR is just really off the charts in some parts of this movie.
Oh,
I like how in the subtitles the Bam Bam has 2 M's.
Right. That's how you know it's serious.
Yep.
The more M's, the better.
There's almost some child butt there.
So we'll see it in about 60 seconds here, but one of the storefronts is Toys R Us. Like, Toys
Oh yeah, I think
R
I
Us.
caught that. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
there's so much
love it.
prehistoric product placement in this movie, and now we are on to our first montage of the movie.
Because you know you need a montage.
it's a good bowl cut.
Yeah.
Going back to the
Yeah.
90s movie here.
Man, I rocked the bowl cut for the first several years of my life.
Yeah,
Not of my own volition, I assure you.
yeah. Who gave that child a club?
Well,
Clubs are probably fairly ubiquitous back then.
I imagine they are. Yeah, that is one juiced up kid.
later on, Fred talks about wanting his club, so I think that does fall into
Yeah.
into this idea.
Well, they have guns in this movie. They're slingshots, but they're guns.
Right.
True.
Yeah.
John Goodman looks like he could rip a bus in half in this movie.
Yeah. Also, I came really to realize in this movie, pants don't exist in the Flintstones universe.
Right.
No one wears
No
pants.
pants.
Yeah, I actually that's something I didn't pick up on.
Also, some buildings just no roof on top of the Bolorama for establishing shot purposes, apparently.
They hadn't invented roofs yet, Max.
But yes, they had.
They've invented bowling, but not roofs.
That was an excellent Michigan accent there too, by the way.
Go back to Hawaii.
Yeah. Yeah, Neanderthals.
Yep.
Do you see their name? The
Better
name of
mowing
those guys
lawns.
is the Missing Links. That's the
Oh.
name of their team name.
Nice.
Yeah.
According to some people, it's yes.
Yeah. The Flat Earth Society is amazing. If you haven't checked it out, by the way, Google that and just read. It's truly, truly, truly incredible.
He must have the strongest toes ever. He'd be a great ballet dancer, probably.
No kidding.
Fred Flintstone. I like the scene in Weevil. Think the Weevil's
Yeah.
Quick Weevil. And that, his ball just explodes bowling pins.
I'd imagine that they're, a little easier to build back then. Just kind of
He-
make some more with rock.
How many times do you think they had to record this, dance scene at the bowling alley? Okay, John, we're going to need you to do this song again. And Barney Rubble is about to invent poetry, apparently.
I do like that he has cue cards.
Oh, yeah. Cue cards that are, linked together by
Cue
something.
slates.
Cue
slates.
slates, yeah. I like how you can actually see the words on the cue slates as well.
Yeah, that's just like the big set design. They did.
Right.
They really went all out in a lot of cases
It's
on this
awesome.
movie.
Mm-hmm.
And of all movies to really go all out on,
Right,
the
Yeah.
And
Flintstones.
interesting. Again,
Yeah.
a lot of that is Spielberg's influence, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Yeah. He's like, his name is the first thing you see.
yeah, it's true.
Well, guys, my beer is pretty good. Okay,
Yeah.
it's called Tree Bucket. Tree Bucket. It is a Belgian-inspired double IPA.
Nice. I'm drinking a Stone Imperial Russian Stout. When we came up with this idea, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's probably gonna be so many good beer puns I can come up with. Here, as Fred and the Water Buffaloes drink beer, the world's oldest beverage, from my understanding.
Right.
It's about. Although original beer was mostly like a soup, you ate it for sustenance,
Yeah.
which is odd.
Your mom ate it for sustenance.
Thank you, Ryan. In other news, the beer that I'm drinking is from Deschutes Brewery, and it is Obsidian Stout because Obsidian is volcanic
glass.
rock.
Yeah.
It's rock.
Yeah, you're right. Brittle like glass. Don't get all.
Sorry, I forgot to mention the brewery responsible for my beer. Again, my beer is Tree Bucket. The brewery is Vivant or Vivant Brewery.
Michigan brew.
Unsure. Yes. Yep. Yes, it is.
Fred Flintstone must have some very chronic brain damage. The amount of things that hit him in the head.
He probably just has a thick sagittal crest.
Thanks, Bones.
No one's favorite Skunkosaurus. No kid's favorite dinosaur.
What?
Not even Skunkosaurus. Called him a Skunkosaurus. Even the smelly kids probably didn't like the Skunkosaurus.
I like that that's a joke that just doesn't have a real dinosaur, and like skunks wouldn't have existed at this point. But everyone now just rolls with it.
Yeah.
It's a good mix of those things. And of course, because it's a 80s/90s movie, there is an evil money grubbing mother-in-law on the
This is actually a pretty witty exchange, by the way.
Yeah. If he was a man.
Now,
the hand joke is the best part of this.
I don't
love it.
Even though the insult really doesn't make much sense.
I guess it's implying she's got a lot of excess neck meats.
That yeah.
But
She's got jowls.
right. So
Elliot,
is this character the Wilma's mother ever in the cartoon show? I can't remember. The reason I ask is because the last name of Slaghoople is hilarious.
yeah.
To me.
Well, here's the thing, though. The Flintstones came out back in the '60s. There's been a version of the Flintstones every decade, even into the '90s when they were still making I remember I once saw a special where it's Bam Bam and Pebbles had grown up and they were getting married or something. So
Oh right.
Oh, weird.
yeah, it's one of those things like Scooby Doo that's kind of just always been around.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, we're talking over this, by the way, because there's really nothing important that they're saying.
Yeah. This is.
Other than Wilma's father is probably some sort of cultist of Nyarlathotep or something like that with the animal sacrifices he's doing.
The thing about the Flintstones, they did a lot of crossovers with it too. I mean, there's the
I think
Flintstones.
they did a
There's the
Jetsons.
Jetsons crossover. And then there's the second movie, which is far less known.
Yeah,
than the first
it's
movie.
a prequel. We considered maybe doing the prequel instead of doing this one, but generally we're going to try to avoid them prequels in general because they're generally worse than the original movie.
Yeah.
The third one, however, we might touch on some for a couple different series. So we'll get to that in the future. But going back to what Wilma's mother said, she said, call Elliot Firestone and get you a deal on some tires.
Right.
None of the vehicles in this movie have tires.
Oh, right. Unless they're just referring to those round things as tires, right?
Yeah.
This is a brutal scene right
Yeah.
now, by the way.
Yeah.
Like there's
know
certainly a dark
exactly
The
what
depth to a
lizard
lot
is
of
about
this.
to be, good old meat on the bone.
And him eating just a giant egg with a spoon.
Yeah.
Like the egg itself is the bowl.
Even today, I've always wanted to eat a piece of meat that looks like that because it just
Yes.
looks delicious.
Yeah.
Right.
It is like the manliest way to eat meat.
I think the closest thing you can get to that is like smoked turkey legs,
Yeah.
which are
At the Red Fest.
fantastic.
Yeah. It's way too salty, though.
Oh no!
I really gotta watch Twin Peaks.
Yep. Oh man, I have a pun based off of Twin Peaks, but I don't want to spoil it now because
Hold
it's
it.
based off the last episode.
Exercise restraint.
I need
I will.
I need a ruling here, guys. If they show him again,
The
the
monkey?
guy. No, not the monkey. The guy behind the executive here, is he eating a fish taco?
Was an actual fish in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That is an actual fish.
This might be the in a movie that features dinosaurs and pigs as
Garbage
disposals. The little thought bubbles that are animated might be the weirdest thing that you see.
Yeah.
I love when we cut back to the swing set with those two.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the laugh, right?
Yep.
No.
But I think out of everyone's career post this movie, Rosie O'Donnell has the biggest success.
Really?
It's probably Goodman, but probably closely with Rosie O'Donnell. I mean,
I think those two by far and away have the most success out of anybody.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Cutting back to the hotel. Obviously a doll.
right? It's still just hilarious.
So jerky on that swing.
Right.
You like how the moment they look back, it goes back to normal.
Yeah.
They don't see that he's doing it.
Right.
Spinning all the way around.
Yeah, but yeah. I mean, what years did Roseanne air from?
Say again.
John Goodman is in Roseanne.
Right.
That's one of his bigger things he's done or ongoing. Rosie O'Donnell had her talk show afterwards in the mid-90s.
She voiced a monkey in Tarzan, the animated movie.
yeah.
So
So
Goodman though was just I don't think he really ever stayed a leading man.
Yeah.
But he was. I mean, he's never gone away at the same point.
Mm-hmm.
Like she kind of got her talk show.
It kind of faded.
And then kind of faded onto she was on the View for a while, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, Goodman even now is still getting at least major supporting roles.
Yeah.
So
I
he
mean,
was
he's
in
kind of like,
Cloverfield.
for the most part,
Yeah.
he's like Alan Rickman. Alan Rickman was phenomenal actor, but he was never like the leading role.
Right.
Yeah.
He was always the villain or like the major supporting cast member.
Hey, look! If you look in the background of that scene right there, there's one of the 4 black people in this movie.
There's a lot. Yeah. For this movie, it is more
cinema.
diverse than I would expect it to have been. Either from the background African Americans or from Halle Berry's role as the secretary.
There's Halle Berry in the movie, yeah.
Or the secretary.
Yeah.
Yeah. They play that up.
Although this executive placement program is, ludicrous in its idea,
Right.
the idea of all of these guys coming in to do this on a Saturday is even more ridiculous.
Also, that the guy who's going to hire the people is proctoring his own test.
Right.
Yeah.
They don't have unions in
This
Bedrock.
is the 90s. Things were a lot more loose in the back then. And Ron hadn't happened
when you say
yet.
the 90s, do you mean just the 90s?
Yes.
I think the first time I saw this movie was at a drive-in double feature, and the double feature was this movie and Jurassic Park.
Yeah, the 90s had this total... It was all about the dinosaurs. All about the dinosaurs. You had this, you had Jurassic Park 2. There was... I remember watching some, anthropomorphic dinosaur action TV show.
When
like,
was
after
Land
school.
Before Time? Was that also the 90s?
No,
They
that
made
was in the
14
80s,
of those
but they were
movies.
but like probably like most of the sequels
Right.
were during that decade.
I think there's at least one Jurassic Park reference in this film.
Denver the Last Dinosaur was in the 90s too, which I might be the only person that remembers that cartoon.
I remember the
I don't know
title,
what
but
that
I don't
is,
know
so
that
yes,
I've
you
seen
are.
it. And get that woman a cheeseburger.
I think it's really clever how they fill in the blanks on the slates here. They just take some like dust and like smear it in.
Yeah, I thought that was cool too. I enjoyed that. Also, another just a thing. The golf bag in the background is labeled,
Oh wow! Being that you play golf, of course you would notice that.
but like it
It is an unnecessary
Holy
detail.
crap! The old blonde guy in the background about 6 seconds ago
Yeah.
looked like the crazy store clerk from Troll 2, and I swear to God, it looks just like
Oh
him.
gosh! That guy actually had mental problems.
Yeah, right.
he did. I do enjoy that they actually put that in there. Like this movie is so on the nose at times that it stands out in a lot of
Yabba dabba
cases.
or the pause in the air.
The pause in the air.
Yeah. Hey, look, a regular
I love
transform
this.
exists.
Yeah.
And gone.
Yep.
Here's where another newspaper one. Look, maybe
Yeah,
these
I-
talks
right.
break down.
Flintstone named. Oh wow! I never noticed the indentation, but
And
I
then-
like that they have the actual animation.
And then-
Flintstone. This is how Joe Biden wakes up, I imagine.
like the Good Morning Vice President part, or getting bonked on the head by something.
Both,
He'd get bonked on the head by ice cream, probably.
probably. And he wakes up murmuring malarkey.
Murmuring Malarkey is a band name that I'm taking, and you are not allowed to have it.
Okay.
Are those buttons on the top of his shirt?
Yeah, I think that they clip on around the.
Okay.
See, like, just the practical effects are awesome. I'm totally in love with it for this movie.
Yeah.
Everything they do.
Obvious hand puppets.
It's just everything.
Everything is huge.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's from the cartoon, but
Right.
I love that they brought that over. It's so it makes for a lot of really, really, really fun props in the
Absolutely.
whole movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's gross.
Yeah, that's...
It is.
Oh, boy. Well, better than showering in Flint, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's peeled mango.
Yeah, I mean,
It's weird seeing Fred Flintstone in a non-orange
Right.
tunic thing.
although you'd imagine that if Fred Flintstone thought of a cool looking like
That
classy
would be
outfit,
what he would pick.
that's
Yeah.
exactly what he would wear.
Absolutely. Nope.
Yeah.
Not like here that they
Headbutting my
clearly
microphone here.
don't jump over actually anything
Yeah.
because they both don't jump the same height.
Right,
They're
right.
just like high step.
Now, this movie does a great job of forced perspective a lot of times.
Mm-hmm. Barney's a madman.
I like the idea that the executive offices are built over the quarry. Like could you imagine that some mining corporation in West Virginia builds this beautiful steel and glass building over the coal mine that they're operating at?
Yeah. But how else are you gonna have those like iconic scenes of like the executive peering out the Venetian blinds,
Yeah.
looking on the little people?
Right. Leering over everybody.
I do like that they have Venetian blinds, even though Venice doesn't exist yet.
Yes. They're really the only kind of blinds worth having. I'm getting a very like this. This reminds me a lot of that opening when you go into Jurassic Park.
Right.
The big
The center
center
compound.
room with
Center room.
the skeleton.
Right.
Maybe it was just like that horn part.
It
even
could
though
be.
It's not John Williams.
It's interesting that they take that little clip of music and work with it throughout the entire movie.
Yeah,
yeah,
just so
yeah,
many like
so many different variations of
Various motifs. for
Yeah,
that.
it's fun.
Which is a common thing. Like Lord of the Rings does that quite heavily, and a lot of other movies.
Yeah, but I
it's
mean-
so identifiable with this show.
Yeah, that's Lord of the Rings, not the Flintstones.
Shut up and drink more beer.
Although I'm sure if you like dig deep enough, there is a very well established like Flintstones Universal lore thing.
Oh, I can't even imagine. But yeah, I'm sure there is some horrible. Someone sitting in their basement somewhere watching this movie screaming about Flintstones canon.
Yeah.
You guys don't understand. Yeah, but
The truth is that all this movie's missing is the Great Gazoo.
That's what
Right.
the sequel's for.
I know it
Which,
is.
When I told you about that, you were amazed by that.
Yeah, because I love the Great Gazoo.
But it's
what do
that
you think,
early
Dom?
2000 CGI where they weren't afraid to use it openly, but it just looks terrible now.
Yeah. The part of the reason I love the Great Gazoo is that it just doesn't fit at all with the rest of the Flintstones.
Yeah, it's some weird alien sci-fi thing.
Yeah.
fourth wall
Yeah.
broken.
As if you didn't need to. As if you already didn't know that
He's
Tom
the bad
McLaughlin
guy.
is the bad guy. Yeah, named Chip. No one
Right.
named Chip is ever a
Right.
good guy.
Yeah, that's no. Never a
The
person
guys
even
in
worth
Chips
talking
are good
to.
guys.
Right. So this is
that doesn't
9%.
count.
I'm just learning. So we're gonna be doing all right.
Yep.
I love that.
Yeah.
There are actually some legitimate laugh out loud jokes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh yeah, no, she has the biggest career post this movie. Halle Berry.
You're right. Right.
Until
I
Catwoman
mean,
comes out.
she never had any like huge success, but I think
I
she
thought
got
she
the
won
most.
an Oscar.
Right. But I mean, movies
That's a-
that were very
that's a
popular.
pretty
That's
big,
the success.
That's a pretty
That's a very
big
big
success,
success.
Ryan.
A
Have you
critical-
won an Oscar?
I'm talking critical maybe. I'm talking critical versus box office
Oh, okay,
success.
okay.
You know?
The Dictabird.
Dick to Bird for the win.
Yeah, easily from a critical standpoint, she goes there. But almost from a longevity standpoint, I mean, I'd still stick with Goodman on
Absolutely,
that because he's
yeah, no question.
still going.
She's
still going in a lot of ways, though, too.
Oh yeah. She's in a lot of stuff. Like I actually,
next to me
Gothica
anymore.
was pretty good. I liked
No.
Gothica with her in it.
Yep.
I never saw Monsters Ball, but so if you guys could buy me a Dick to Bird for my birthday this year, that'd be great. If you don't bother talking to me again.
Okay. My one question for the Dictabird is, what do those buttons on his stand do?
Right. I was just tickling the proper toe to get him to do whatever. You know?
Yeah. I'm sad I know what industrial procurement means.
I'm sad I'm almost out of beer. Big fat guy who's loud.
Yeah.
One of the things I enjoy about this scene is that if you're actually paying it, if you
Look
pay,
at that. Dude, he was just ready to murder people. Oh my god.
if you pay attention to what the workers are doing there,
Mm-hmm.
later on when they show the little model of the automated stuff, it's
Mm-hmm.
automating everything that they actually show in this
Yeah.
movie. Like it's not like they just threw it together.
Yeah.
They actually
That's
took the
very
next step
cool.
This-
and put that out there.
that's
This
very
scene
cool.
is the birth of white collar crime.
Right.
Yes, it is. Do you notice that there's cave paintings on the wall too?
Yes.
Or is that copper? might just be copper.
That might be copper, yeah. Yeah, especially because of the edges, it's green.
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought those were cave paintings at first. 'Cause
That
cave paintings
is-
often have that.
Yeah, that is oxidized copper.
I know you said cave paintings, but I heard cave pennies, and it made
Pennies.
me happy.
That's,
Those are
well,
cave pennies.
they are cave pennies because they're made of copper. You guys know how they do cave paintings, right? How they believe they did them? They actually put hands or objects on the walls and would spit material onto the wall and use their hands or the objects as stencils.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
That is not how I thought they had done them.
Yes. I'm sure they also, smeared stuff on there too, but that's one of the ways
Yeah.
that they're discovering that they did stuff.
Yeah, they want to fire Barney for not, scoring highest on the manager test or scoring lowest on the manager test. So don't make him a manager.
Yeah.
Never make him a manager.
Yeah,
Give him a
right.
dead-end job in the quarry.
That seems
Don't
like a better
fire him.
approach. I agree.
Look, don't interfere with the plot moving point here, Max.
That guy's chin makes me uncomfortable.
Whose chin? McLaughlin's or
McLaughlin's or
Yeah.
whatever. McCallahan, Magoo, whatever his name is.
McGillicuddy?
Everybody. I also really love the idea of this guy
The
running
stilt,
around
the
lighting
stilt
stuff
guy.
like this.
Right, straight out of Victorian England.
Right.
Just like the constant look of befuddlement and confusion on Fred Flintstone's face. Like, John Goodman like knocked it out of the park
Yeah.
for this role. Everyone did, you know. Like we were talking about this before we sat down to do this, and we're like, this movie, it's not the greatest, you know. It's a family comedy,
Right.
you know. It's easy to laugh at, but a lot of stuff we've been talking about, we've been doing just as much praise as we have
Yeah.
rips on it.
Absolutely. No, this is a movie that's on the plus side. It's a good
Yeah.
film.
Yeah. The one thing about it is that there are a lot of like relatively adult things that happen in this
Right.
movie. So
Yeah,
you kind of
random shirtless guys. I
Right.
don't know what that's
And
about.
earlier
but yeah.
on, there was a joke, or not really a joke, but about something about a pregnant stegosaurus or something that was like surprisingly adult for the very opening of this movie.
Yeah. Oh, it was Fred's crane thing.
Why is she dressed like Mrs. Claus?
I want to know what she does to get her hair that big in this era.
Right.
oh no.
Yeah. But no, yeah. I mean, this is one of those movies where, you know, kids can really enjoy it, but it's got enough tidbits thrown in there that adults will get a chuckle out of it. Like, you know, whether it's the pregnant brontosaurus, like the main
Right. The spousal arguments at the beginning. And
no,
everything.
yeah, the spousal arguments, but the main crime or threat to this movie is embezzlement.
Right.
No one under the age of 15 knows what embezzlement is.
Right. Also, I think there's a guy in the background here who is the same actor as the Torch from the movie Top Secret. Where is he? Oh, he's gone.
Unless it's chocolate mousse,
Yeah.
you're not going to
Chocolate
impress me.
mousse. Deja vu.
Did you guys notice that again? I know I'm going to keep pointing out small details and just apparently be that guy during this movie. But
Okay,
if
yeah, you be that guy.
if
Well, you did watch this movie
Right behind Betty
before
right now.
today.
if you
Or
look
earlier today.
at the top of the briefcase, it actually has the numbers for combination lock on.
I saw that, yeah. Yeah, they say they can't return it because it's engraved, but that's obviously just like something stuck on that I am sure could be chiseled off with Flintstones
No, they
chisel technology.
chiseled out the rest of the briefcase around the monogram.
Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, born.
Is that what that said?
Yeah.
I love it. I didn't notice that.
How would you like to be that old lady in that scene and either holding some dude in a tight
green
green
suit?
suit or
just
holding
nothing.
nothing?
Yeah. So you got to think about this. People were paid to make these rock puns.
Right.
Oh yeah,
How does that make you feel?
someone who makes puns all the time. Hopeful.
Right.
Yeah.
Any day now. My
Yep.
big break.
Yep.
What does Barney have on his wrist? Is that a watch or is that just like a bro?
No, I think it's.
A
I think
bro
that's
bracelet.
a little like sundial.
Yeah,
thing.
they have tiny sundials on
Oh,
the
okay.
wrist,
Yeah.
It
which
looks,
is hilariously impossible.
it looks
but-
like something like a late '90s or early 2000s college
Like
kid would wear.
Puka shell
Yeah.
thing. Barney's like the ultimate optimist. So yeah, Chevrock.
Jurassic
Park.
There you
There it
go.
is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Same logo too.
Yeah.
Yep.
James, you know this.
those
You're,
just
you're,
look like
you're
dog
Hawaiian.
treats.
You know this. Where does sand dollars come from? Like why is that like a thing?
Sand dollars?
Yeah.
They're little creatures that
Oh, okay. I was more along the lines of like, why was that a monetary?
because it has the word dollar in it.
Yeah. Okay. whatever.
That's I'm assuming it comes from that.
I could totally see that dress being something that a woman could buy in the store today.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I
probably
agree.
pay way too much. Also, why is Bam Bam carrying the club in public? I think that's every mother's worst nightmare is a child with a club and a crystal
The
section.
voice actor for Bam Bam sounds like the same person who would do like Gohan or Gotenks on the Dragon Ball anime. That's what that sounds like to me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He's a cell phone. A rotary cell phone. I vividly remember that.
Oh,
Vividly
so
remember that from when I
gross.
was like 5 or 6.
Sucks.
I like that the Band-Aid is coming off.
Yeah.
Like it just adds to the grossness to it.
Yeah. I thought that was a big. Oh, that was a bandit. I thought that was like a hangnail, like like around your.
Oh.
I thought that was just like a giant flap of skin. Just.
Oh
like,
no, yeah. Maybe it is. I don't know. I picked it up as a bandit.
But yeah, bandit. Yeah, I noticed the little dot things.
I love that they made this joke years before Zoolander did.
I was gonna say, what is this? A school for ants?
Yeah.
Like way before. It makes me appreciate this movie even far more than anything else, just partially because I unabashedly love Zoolander.
Right.
That's what someone said when they're like, "Hey, steampunk."
Oh no.
Some old British writer.
So not only did somebody
like these are real things.
Yeah.
They didn't build this on a computer.
Someone had to plot out that little I'm sure that was like a place that you could buy, in the 90s from the Sears holiday catalog.
Oh, it wouldn't surprise me. And here it comes.
Yep.
Oh, the good joke.
Oh boy. Zoolander, you beautiful son of a bitch.
That's a very Donald Trump look on his face.
Oh,
You're
no.
just like,
Yeah. He's all like, yeah.
He's always missing is the Hannibal Lecter mask right there.
Right. Initially I thought that was John Cleese, but I was disappointed.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's not, actually.
It's not damn good.
That is way more satisfying than the big pair of scissors they bring out.
Right. Just fucking smashing it.
A Praca? I'm assuming that's a pun on some sort of...
Yeah, I think that's a stroller
high-end
brand.
brand.
Yeah. Why are you letting Bam Bam run free after he just destroyed so much China? Betty, you're losing points.
This is a really deep conversation to have on the park bench.
Yeah.
For sure. Is this before or after Rosie O'Donnell came out?
Way before.
Yeah,
she didn't come out
significantly
until
before.
after she had the show.
Right.
Yeah.
She was actually the first person I ever heard of who was a lesbian. So,
Oh, okay.
good for you, Rosie O'Donnell. Bank of America? Oh, gosh.
This is totally a scene like you were talking about for, like a kid scene.
Yeah.
Right.
As a family-friendly movie. They got to throw this in here because they were having a serious moment.
Yeah.
So now
Also, it's the 90s,
look.
so of course you need to have a giant bird poop joke.
I like that they cut to the scene here because it does show that even though they play him off as a big doofus and everything,
He really cares.
he actually
Yeah.
cares.
Yeah.
Like he wants to. He makes this joke, but
Dude, Dick the Bird is the best.
they're
Yeah.
really playing off of the fact that Fred's trying to do good here. He's not.
Right.
He's not actively being terrible
Yeah.
until
Right.
stuff kind of gets to him. But
Right.
Until, the corrupting power of money. When you think about it, this entire movie is kind of like 7 Flintstone episodes in one as far as how much is going on.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just focusing on Fred Flintstone's character arc. It's the Rubbles with raising a new child, their financial troubles,
Right.
you know.
Being subservient to the Flintstones.
Yeah. That itself could just be, 20
Right.
minutes that could operate, independent of the increased wealth.
Sorry, you guys lost me right now.
Oh,
there's a good bit of male gaze going on at this moment.
Yeah. Part of me wonders, though, is Halle Berry's character kind of falling for John Goodman's character?
It becomes a little more clear toward the end.
Yeah, when she's... Yeah.
That she does like she just generally likes the guy. I think he's a good
this
person.
is a good dude.
Yeah. Mrs. Flagstone. They haven't actually said that her name is Pebbles yet. They just assume people to know that her name is Pebbles.
Which is much better than having to watch, Batman's family get killed for the 9th time on screen.
Yeah, right.
Hey,
Hey guys, remember when his family got killed?
Someone, I think it might have been BuzzFeed that there has been 13 depictions of Batman's parents being killed across all of the Batman animated or Batman related material, animation, live action, whatever.
That number seems low.
Right.
I'm assuming that probably doesn't include comics, though.
No, God, no.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, if you wonder what
So
those
smug.
buttons were for, he just hit the buttons when he was doing that.
Yeah, but
Poked him.
He doesn't need to.
yeah, he doesn't need to.
Yeah.
Knowing smile.
Yep. Gross.
Yep.
See, look how good she's treating that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they have their
They're
own.
buddies.
It has a bow, but you know.
Right.
That is a gigantic knife.
It's awesome.
And it should be made
That
of
is a serial killer
Obsidian.
knife.
A serial killer knife. That's when Crocodile Dundee now shows up.
Yep.
That's not a knife.
Well, you probably wouldn't want it to be made of obsidian because that's a pretty brittle.
It's crazy sharp, though. They make scalpels out of Obsidian.
They do, yes. It's sharper than surgical steel.
Mm-hmm. I like they laugh about that, like Barney pulled one over on him.
Yeah.
By being like, oh, which beer are you going to get?
Yeah. I mean, Barney was never portrayed as like the smartest individual from what I remember about the show.
No.
But, you know, he was able to always like kind of pull one on Fred.
Yeah, he's a little more aware than Fred is.
Yeah. Yeah, he's usually the one that would tell Fred that his plan wasn't not going to work.
Yeah.
I love another POV shot, but
Yep.
I just love the practical effects. And like 3 frames of CGI, whatever.
Yeah. Like it's always when it's in the distance and just sparingly rolling rock. You can't see fully see it, but it looks like rolling rock.
I almost hit the easy button and chose that for a beer, but I knew that wouldn't be good for.
It's not even a good beer.
Exactly.
Yeah. The longing gaze out of there.
Longing gaze on that food truck.
I want a job where I can go play in a pool during break.
Right.
You see those guys?
Yeah. Although they're at a quarry, so you really don't want to know what's in that water. I've been on mining tours. Those pools are not for swimming.
So here's the justification for me choosing my beer for today. It's got a picture of a trebuchet, not quite a catapult on the label here, but hell, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I like that that's a subtle hint at the end of the movie, too.
Yeah. Spoilers if you haven't seen this movie.
Yeah, well.
20 years ago, it's fine.
Yeah. I'm assuming that we're good. I'm okay with doing that.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of, backroom talk there, folks.
Yeah. I mean,
see, I think this is part of the reason that you were talking about, Max, or maybe James. Like, she is acknowledged by Fred as, like, you're not just a pretty woman. Like, you have a brain. You are intelligent. And that's probably not something she's used to,
Yeah. Like, even then, like, she's apologizing for, what she did. Like, I guess in the typical, like, sexy secretary, that's not something that, it would be more like, oh, I hope I didn't get you too much trouble yesterday. But her delivery was like, a deliberate, honest,
And again, another heartfelt moment in this movie.
Yeah.
Like they're interspersed pretty frequently.
Absolutely. And they're effective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be sure.
They're good for counteracting, like, Fred's, like, half an hour of stupidity that's coming up.
Yeah. I like that. That's
you called him Fred. I called him Mr. Flintstone. Yeah.
Yeah, I like in the background how that's a primitive version of a relatively famous painting.
It is. Yeah. It's a Picasso.
Yep.
The John Wayne Gacy thing that Josh pointed out from Street Fighter.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
There's a bottle of Bushmills.
The liquor cabinet in the background right there. And how did you notice the bottle back there says Johnny Rocker instead of Johnny Walker?
That's what it is. That's not
awesome.
Bushmills. Yeah, this is, I watched this movie earlier in the week, and, I'm watching it again. And there's a whole bunch of just little things in the background that, I'm picking up on now. I got it. I, like Fred Flintstone, have never seen so many sand dollars at once.
Right.
The bird is on to you, Kyle MacLachlan.
Right. Dick the Bird knows what's up.
I do like that all the phones are horns.
Yeah.
Like
Get him on the horn.
Yeah, really, really just subtle old joke. And he has business cards. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
No.
He has business cards with his name on them, actually on his desk.
0 to 60 in 500 footsteps.
Snob Auto. The B-52 montage.
No, the BC.
The BC-52s.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they make an appearance later in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to have this movie done today, who would you like? Which band or group would you think would be doing this montage?
It would be something infinitely more disappointing than what this movie shows.
It'd totally be Katy Perry because they could dress her up in something ridiculous.
You're
and she'd be
absolutely
down
right.
with
It was 100%. This would
It'd be Katy Perry or Lady Gaga.
one of the two.
No,
yeah.
it'd be
both.
Katy Perry. Katy Perry has more of the. I think she has the
More of the
visual
family appeal.
style. Oh, he's become Boss Tweed.
Anyone else see the mannequins move?
I did.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
See, again, here we go with the
The poor pig.
just squealing and terrified.
Yeah.
I like that it's actually filled with real peanuts. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, how else do you think he survives in that box?
Yeah, come on, James.
True.
See, the more down Wilma's hair gets, the more like snobbish she becomes.
Yes, indeed.
I like how the changes are kind of in cue with the beats of the
The
music.
Muzak.
Mm-hmm.
That's very Hanna-Barbera.
Yep.
I also like their boat is clearly made out of rocks.
Yeah. And that car is shaped like a giant penis.
So what is that test? Like, okay, he lived, so it's good?
Yeah.
The question I have here is that all of this stuff is at their house, and so are the Rebels.
Mm-hmm.
So why aren't they all just sharing it?
It's to highlight the difference in class.
I get it, but like I understand. I
Right.
understand the plot point of the movie, but it seems like as a kid,
A
I
logical
remember,
misstep.
I remember thinking that, being like, why didn't they just share?
Right.
This movie is pretty much Rick Moranis as at his least Rick Moranis roles.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, look, beer.
As I drop my bottle cap, if you can hear that. The fun story I have about this movie is that I never saw this movie in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
I watched it on VHS with my mom,
Okay.
and we bought it for my dad for Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
and secretly like sliced open the bottom of the cellophane on the box and watched the movie while he was in the field during
I
training.
love that.
Jeez.
And me being all of like 8 or 9 could not keep that secret at all, and
Yeah.
he got really mad at my mom.
Yeah.
I love it. And knowing your parents, that's even funnier.
So like I have the fond memory of watching this movie next to a Christmas tree, like lying on the floor,
Yeah.
having like a movie picnic with my mom.
Yeah. I like how these pink slips that Fred is signing
Are
are
actually
literally pink.
yeah.
Yes.
Well, they are
Pink slates.
but yeah, pink slates. Yep. I didn't know he could leave that perch.
That is such an ugly creature.
Yeah.
I know. Straight out of Labyrinth.
Oh god.
The smartest character in the movie is
Yep.
the bird.
Is the bird.
He's insulted by that.
Right.
I like that joke because he probably can talk to the water cooler.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I like how that's a Cavern on the Green.
Yeah. It's another just goofy joke.
That's an actual like good rock joke as opposed to just replacing someone's name or something with rock.
Yeah.
Like Chev Rock.
Speaking of giant hair, Max.
Right.
Yeah, it's the B-52s. Their hair's regularly that big.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh no.
But yeah, this would totally be like Katy Perry doing this, but
Yeah, it would have to be. I didn't look it up. Did the actress who plays Wilma do anything else besides this?
I was going to ask you guys if you happen to catch her name. I don't know.
for the life of me, I cannot remember it. We're watching this movie now, and I'm feeling terrible about it.
Power of the internet. Here I come.
Ryan, you're cheating.
No such thing as cheating.
This is another one of those scenes that, like, if this was made today, this scene would be about 8 or 9 seconds just to get the idea of it. They would
Right,
not
yeah.
go through the whole
That whole
song,
choreographed
dancing
dance
and
number?
everything. Yeah,
Right.
no. But
This is another one of those. How many takes do you think they did? This is the one like set piece where it looks like it's an actual set. Like you can, it looks.
Yeah,
Like
I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
It looks like a soundstage.
yeah. That's what I was going for. Yeah, you can tell it's on a soundstage because most of this movie takes place outside or in a house where it's expected to be like close knit.
And I think that's what makes the outside scenes so much more impressive is the fact that they put all of that set outside. They built all those big things outside.
Right.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Perkins is Wilma Flintstone.
Yeah. He's that oblivious.
Aw.
I
And
like
then
this blatant display of skill. Bang!
Yeah,
how you like me now?
How
And the smirk at the end. Like,
Yeah.
look at that.
Yeah. Do you think Fred's bipolar?
I think he's just stupid.
Well, that wake up rock has clearly caused brain damage to him.
Could be.
His punctuality is costing him cognitive ability.
Yeah.
I love the idea that just, hey, broadcast technology, check it out.
And it's actually CNN.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah, they call it
Caveman News
Network.
Network. Okay,
Yeah.
Caveman Rock. Very easily. Dr. Scott. Barney Rubble develops a spine.
Right.
Like this is like amongst the times I've seen Rick Moranis at his most assertive.
Right.
But I mean, because I love everything he's pretty much been in.
Right.
Like, I love his. I think him as Lewis in the Ghostbusters movies 1 and 2
It's
is
phenomenal.
Especially his interactions with Janine.
Yeah.
Right.
The second one.
I have a total crush on Janine, by the way.
Understandable.
Oh, man.
Like how he's actually trying to. He's like you can see like the steam powered wheels in this brain.
I do like how this whole scene actually kind of goes through a relatively normal escalation.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
you can see these people
having this discussion.
having this
And the
discussion.
discussion
like,
going
completely
this
Will
way.
has been trying to remain like neutral.
Yeah.
But then like. Yeah.
Go,
Great
Rick!
fun. Boom.
Wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful line. I
Like I
forgot to
said,
punch
birds
out.
tweeting is yeah, just birds.
I like the fun thing there that it's Stonehenge too.
Yeah, that too. Before all the rocks fell down,
Yeah.
or menhirs, I believe, is the proper term.
Yes, you're correct.
As an anthropology major, I imagine that you would probably know that.
We looked at a lot of rocks.
Some good rocks.
Market Falls, it's an avalanche.
See?
I like how Pebbles is also disappointed.
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna hide my shiner behind this slate of news.
No.
Oh no, my friends.
The
And the
super
noise.
sad version of the music.
The super
now.
sad version of music and the noise that happens at it. Hey, look, one of those tricycles.
Yeah, he's got a torch on the back because it's nighttime.
Yeah, it says light. It's even backwards with lights, Max. How do you feel about that?
Right. Oh, is that the leg lamp from Christmas
I was
Story?
just
Yes,
going to
it
say, it's fragile. You took my joke away from me.
I like how there's like a fake Andy Warhol on the back right there
Just
too.
bones.
Yeah.
Yep, just bones.
I imagine there's a whole like bunch of other stuff we're not seeing.
Yeah, Wilma.
Okay, I want to know how many takes this one took because of just the sure rampage one was about to go on.
If it was me, I would have taken a lot of takes because I would have fun throwing everything everywhere.
Yeah.
A lot of times things get real close to the camera in this movie.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Like these would
But
be
even
shot in
some of these
3D
scenes
nowadays.
where, there's a lot of cuts, but, there's got to be a lot of, like, John Goodman catches the plate thrown at him, or
Right.
I imagine he might have been at least hit once.
There's another good scene right there where he's trying to assert himself, and she's like, well, too bad.
Yeah,
I'm
she's like,
leaving."
okay, bye.
Yep.
He does sound so much like the Fred Flintstone from the show, though.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Like, I couldn't think of a better
No, absolutely
cast
not.
for him. I guess I could maybe see Jim Belushi cast
Yeah.
as,
Yeah,
I'd buy
could
that.
see that. I'd go for that.
oh gosh, we're pretty much going to remake this movie with the cast of King of Queens. Patton
Oh.
Oswalt will be Barney Rubble.
Man, his wife just died. That sucks.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. But I don't know. 2016's been a rough year
Yeah.
as far as the passing of people we admire.
Yeah, but the Kardashians might be moving out any time now.
Oh!
Topical humor.
I like the reflective surface of the bill of his hat.
Yeah. I like how I think his stage direction was, all right, just keep your mouth half open the entire time you're on camera.
Well, if it fits with the whole he's a Scandinavian kid.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he didn't even actually know English the whole time,
Right.
and they were just like, "Be on the stage."
I would believe that.
They taught him the words "bam bam," and that's about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's ADR.
Oh,
It's obviously forced perspective there.
Yeah.
That guy looks familiar to me. I feel like I've seen him in other stuff.
Mm.
Is that the hot cops from Arrested Development in the back there?
Well, that's like 10 years out from this movie.
yeah, angry
Throw
Fred.
that briefcase into that umbrella holster. Another
Warhol, yeah.
Campbell's soup. Which goes to the question of how do the Flintstones can stuff and rock. I'm no geologist.
Right.
But... No, you're not, Fred.
Here's the villain monologue where he explains everything.
Haha.
The saber tooths.
See, this is her high heel face turn.
Right.
High heel face turn.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm sorry I stole that from TV tropes.
Ah.
I'm sorry. But I think it's a thing.
Is it?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's so many movies where the attractive female accomplice.
Oh, no, I thought you were saying...
no, you've turned me from my evil ways.
I thought you were playing off of the actual term of it. Okay.
No. Nope. She only accepts it when you use the train motion, not the plane motion. The Avrock lady. thought you were Nazgul for a second.
I was going to say, I was
Maybe
hoping
the
it was
Zodiac
Voldemort.
Killer?
No, Ted Cruz isn't there.
Oh. It shows you how well these people put their houses together. I mean, there's no rain coming in.
Yeah.
Right.
That's some tight stonework there.
Mm-hmm. Missing for 7 years. That reminds me of that joke that people had about if Tupac Shakur was really still alive after 7 years, they couldn't really do anything to him. But this movie become a film noir film all of a sudden.
The fake beard actually looks really good on John Goodman.
Yeah, he could pull that Grizzly Adams look off if he really wanted to.
Or it's an Amish Paradise video from Weird Al.
Jay Leno. I love this video. The greatest way to explain what embezzling is. That, and they cast Halle Berry's character as like a full-figured, sassy black female.
Yeah. There's that painting again. I think this is just the Flintstones' living room, isn't it?
Yeah, they're back at their house because Fred's not living there anymore, apparently.
Maybe.
Oh. Wilma knows.
I like that they included the Dick DeBert in the video
Right.
that they shot the frame Flintstone.
Yeah. Oh.
So it's funny here because the disposal pig has also been displaced by Fred as far as jobs.
Yeah.
Not Jack Daniels. That guy looks really familiar, but I can't put a name to him.
I really do appreciate that all the wanted posters are the cartoon Fred Flintstone.
Exactly,
Right.
yeah. I love that it's the pig who recognizes him.
Right. Well, I mean, once you've had someone ram their fist down your throat, you're probably not going to forget them.
Ugh, yeah.
Or the fact that he's wearing his old clothes. Like, he didn't even bother to go
yeah, but
change.
he's got the overcoat on it.
Squealer.
He had it on anyway.
Yeah, squealer.
Again, look at this. Just the set,
It's a big
the
set.
props and everything.
Yeah.
It's awesome. My dog treats.
You're not playing Halle Berry for a fool.
Acapulco. Ah.
That is where Chip invents quotation fingers. Also, he just failed his bluff check.
I like the idea there too that she has printed airline tickets. That shows you how how this movie is not of this age anymore.
Right.
Because they would have found some other Flintstone-y way to have digital airline tickets.
She would have gotten a rock mail or something
Yeah.
like that.
I want to go to Dick DeBird school.
I know,
Let's see
right?
what that's like.
Dick to Bird Academy.
Imagine it's just like a memorization thing.
Be a lot of birds.
Oh man, it would smell terrible.
Yeah, it'd be unpleasant. You know, we haven't seen a shot of the floor. Do you think it's just newspapers around the desk?
Well, you'd think that if they could train the bird to remember everything, they could train it to go to the bathroom.
Probably.
Although that would mean it'd have to leave its perch and not hear everything in the office.
Mm.
Maybe there's
I
just
want
a
to see
funnel
Roger
behind
Donald
him.
do that to Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Halle Berry kind of wants to kill you with that look.
Right. I hate that we've been intimate, is what she's thinking.
Yep.
Oh, no.
I don't know why I'm telling you that.
Yeah.
I want more dinosaur-based curse words.
Right. More Jurassic expletives.
Yes. Thank you.
Is the McDonald's in this little street here like the only part of Bedrock that exists?
I think so, based on what we've seen. Man, imagine if ice cream trucks really looked like that. It would get so many business. So much
That'd be awesome.
business.
Or if ice cream trucks were out at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. Ice cream for drunk people.
Yeah.
You just hang out by the bar after they come out.
Mm-hmm. Trademark. Good
We'll
brews,
talk
bad
later
views.
about this.
That guy. Why are his eyes all the way to the side of his head, like at his ears?
He's probably a deep one.
Is he gonna play Toxie in the live action Toxic Avenger? Like,
He's
Wait, Toxic Avenger was a live action movie.
yeah, I realized that as it came out of my mouth.
He's someone's character from a Make Your Own Dude video game in a pre-generated scene.
Just press the ugly button and hit go.
Yeah. I mean, the character options for like the Elder Scrolls games are that extensive that you could put
Right.
someone's eyes on the side of their
Eyeball
head.
position,
Yeah.
height, slant, roundness.
Yeah.
Thank God they brought 2 nooses.
I know, right? You don't want to be low on nooses, then it's just awkward.
Yeah. I mean, you have to hang someone, put them down,
Yeah, take turns.
refit the noose.
What do you talk about in between?
I know. Got this dead body just kind of laying there.
There's a lot of talking going on.
I know. I'm surprised they're giving them this much of a
For effectively a
last
lynching.
words.
Yeah, they may be an angry mob, but they're also
polite.
a patient mob.
Yeah.
Well, supposedly it's been a couple weeks that now these people have been living out on the streets,
Right.
or as we've seen through
Guy on
Barney's.
the left, right there. Look at him.
Sorry, but as we've seen through Barney's like job things, the economy in Bedrock is just terrible.
Yeah.
They're throwing people out of their houses left and right.
Right.
Ah, a car! The car was
tree
going
has a
so
very
fast
weak
it
root
knocked down a
system.
tree.
Ha!
Oh!
That's such a mom joke.
Right.
Yes, it is. Again, Barney doing everything that Fred should do.
Yep.
All right.
My masculinity will not allow it.
This was Harry Potter. Those tears would just cure everything.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, the molting.
I like the guy that over Fred's shoulder right there is throughout this entire movie.
Yeah,
Right.
he's like
He has
Fred's number
just as
2,
much screen time as
number
like
3.
Yeah, he has just as much.
He
Screen...
has the lemon shirt, lemon ice.
Can you imagine if dictaphones
lust.
actually like recorded
The lust.
in that form, not just recorded what you were saying, but actually like turned it into some dramatic monologue?
Right.
Oh,
Everyone
gosh.
would just
I
walk
would listen
around
to this.
recording everything.
So yeah, people listen to so many more reports about
Right. This is pretty great.
Yeah, this is just yeah, the Mrs. Slag Hoople tied up on the floor. Oh, poor Dino. They never refer to him as a dinosaur. They always refer to Dino as a dog.
Yeah, that's really bad CGI right there, by the way.
Yeah.
Which is odd because you'd think that they would have been able to just like tie the puppet up and wiggle it around a little
Yeah.
bit at that point.
Probably.
Well, when you see the puppet Dino, it's always just his head, so it's
Right,
like a
right.
hand puppet, like
Yeah.
Big Bird's mouth.
I noticed the pieces of cut slate,
Yep.
like the typical ransom note.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So if they fired everyone at the quarry, who made this?
They fired him after it was done.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Contract work.
Ah.
Fred's like, all right, well, I'm going to rip your head off now.
Yeah. appropriately timed scream.
I like that Bam Bam just says Bam Bam.
Right. He is the first Pokemon, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, given Bam Bam's strength from earlier in the movie, shouldn't he be easily be able to just like rip apart rope?
Yeah, he did run through a wall.
Which,
Not
by the
just,
way, he
like,
goes through the
knocked
wall
down
like
the wall,
Kool-Aid
it's
Man style.
Yeah, Kool-Aid Man
Yeah.
outline in the shape of his body plus club.
Yeah. That's a well-animated bird, by the way.
Yeah.
They live in the desert.
Yeah.
It's cold desert.
Ah. He doesn't want to be cold at night. He needs that tropic heat.
Yeah,
It's a dry heat.
It's a dry heat.
Where are they getting these green rocks from?
Probably the same planet that they get them in from Galaxy Quest.
Yeah.
I could stand to watch that movie again. It's been a while.
That's actually a really, really, really good movie. And that of movies that have aged well, Galaxy Quest has aged incredibly well. It's gotten actually better with time, I think.
Yeah. Kids plus steam power equals bad times.
Yeah,
Just like in Victorian England.
that's true.
And the single justification for me buying the beer that I bought.
Yep. To think, someone had to calculate it in real life. Someone would have to calculate that.
Yeah, that's some pretty advanced math there. The ballistics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should launch him significantly farther.
Oh, it definitely should.
And it does.
It does.
Yay,
Good job,
math.
Flintstones movie.
Yeah, right.
Cackling.
I like the grill on that car is made out of bones, if you noticed.
Yeah, looks like teeth too. Distinguished chin.
You can see the top
That's how you
of
get a
the
hernia.
fall rug.
I thought this machine was really cool as a kid.
Yeah. I'm expecting the dun 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 dun.
You need the
Like
Back to the Future
assembly
music.
line.
Oh, look.
Donk. That's
Fred apparently works for Planet Fitness.
it is
Pretty dark.
Not now.
And here, honestly, again, this is still the weirdest thing in the world.
Yeah, just like the
animated thought bubble thing. I mean,
yeah.
was that a Flintstones trope? I don't remember the cartoon.
I don't
all
think
that
so,
well
but I
right
can
now.
think of there maybe like in the Cat in the Hat movie, there was maybe something like that, because of the whole
Hat
like
movie.
Seussian.
Yeah, but that movie comes
imagination
out
thing?
like doesn't that movie come out like 10 years after this one
It
does?
definitely
Oh,
does.
Yikes.
We're gonna have to watch that one.
Oh,
Equivalent to a revolver. Halle Berry saves the day. She is the true hero of this movie.
bag full of money.
Just like in Swordfish.
Good movie. Oh, ball bearing bomb.
Is she still the only actor that or / actress that's ever accepted in person the Razzie Award they got for her award from Catwoman?
That's a good question.
Because I know she accepted in person, and at the
Oh
time
yeah,
she was
yeah.
the only one.
I've seen like the little blurb she gave about it, but I don't know.
This is like live action Godzilla special effects with the floating boulder going through the
Yeah.
air.
I do like that they show Fred going through all of that effort only for Barney to be the one who actually saves the day. Because he grabs
It's
the
a
kids.
group, yeah.
He grabs
Fred
the kids and
does
jumps
nothing.
off. Fred doesn't actually accomplish anything here.
Wait, no, he launched the rock. He launched the rock that hit. Oh yeah, they didn't need.
They didn't need it.
He destroyed the machine so concrete could be created.
Right.
Spoiler alert.
Oh well, yeah. So concrete could be created, and then he catches Chip.
Yeah,
There you go. Okay, yeah,
With his
given
bowling
that,
skills,
that's
man.
true.
Earlier, when the Dick Bird was insulting him, like he called him a bad bowler, and that was the thing that caused Fred's reaction.
The cops have normal bikes, Max.
I know. Most people have normal bikes. The Paperboys and the cops drive their non-weird, non-boat bikes.
This would honestly be probably an awful way to go.
This would be horrific.
You'd suffocate from concrete in your lungs.
Right.
Yes. That's
pretty bad.
Oh, God, that's going to be so heavy. It's so hard, all those slates.
600 pounds worth of documents.
See, Holly Berry's delivery right here is great that you would, like, it's so good that you think she would be able to be a very good Catwoman. You know, I was a very bad girl, but I'm very good at it. It's sultry and enough that you're like, I could see you being that role, but she unfortunately was cast in just
the movie was a
abysmal movie.
Yeah.
We're going to have trouble finding someone who likes that movie.
Yeah.
Well, we can, we'll get to that when we get to that.
that can just be summary destruction of the movie the whole way through.
Another
that was
throwback
a
to the
very
cartoon.
Mr. Slate delivery.
Yeah.
But Slate was always like this little short guy,
Right.
I think. Just like
Mr. Spacely.
George Jetson's boss.
Spacely, yeah.
Yeah.
Spacely's
This
Sprocket.
guy actually looks a lot more like Cogswell Cogs to me, but
Cogswell.
Yep. Like any good executive, if it's going to make him money.
right.
Yeah.
Concretia.
Barney is shocked by this observation. He knows this is not true at all.
What a ridiculous twist.
Right.
to
Yes.
Put at the end of this movie,
Right.
too.
His
Oh,
friend
by the
invents
way-
concrete.
Yeah.
This simpleton invented concrete by accident.
Isn't that how a lot of inventions go? Oops, I was gonna say, oops, I accidentally invented penicillin, but that wasn't a simpleton who
Right.
did that.
No.
Then you have people like Tesla who are just operating on a whole different level.
Wait, before I can eat this spoonful of food, I must calculate its cubic volume. I'm not joking about that either.
Oh, no. Yeah, again, heartfelt moment.
Yep.
You'd think that he'd just be like, can I just get credit for,
In
making
concrete?
stuff?
Yeah.
Like, I don't need the job.
I just get some
let me
royalties from
patent it.
that?
Yeah.
I think that maybe was a ploy by Mr. Slate because he knew he'd be like, oh, I just want to be with my family. I don't want the,
Yeah.
The-
Although right here, he does it. He takes his selflessness and applies it to everybody.
with the
Fred
ketchup.
Flintstone invents paid vacation.
Yep.
Right. And
Great,
concrete.
the best executive I've ever had.
And that's why you only have 2 weeks, folks. You can thank Fred Flintstone.
Yep.
Should have asked for more when he invented concrete.
Snake and eggs.
You know what? I would try that.
I would try that as
Yeah.
Have you ever
definitely.
had snake?
No, it's one of the. No, I haven't had any I haven't had any reptile besides alligator.
I'm gonna be floofy here. I had snake on my archaeological dig I went on,
Oh, shut up.
and it was pretty good.
Yeah, Fred Flintstone just watched his life's story in film form.
Who was in the back of the car just then?
It was Dino
It's Dino.
in the cat.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks really bad.
Yeah. Yep. And there's the giant
Yep.
ribs,
Yeah. Yes.
From the show.
which they're sauce covered, which implies that they're bad meat.
Could be.
Well, everyone knows you don't put sauce on your meat unless it's bad.
Yeah, but this is based off of 50s logic.
Oh yeah. Win the fight.
Again, right on the nose with all this
Right.
stuff.
Yeah.
Like frame by frame, just about.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think though that's kind of what they were going for.
Oh, of
Oh,
course.
absolutely.
The-
That's
I mean,
what they're going for.
the '90s were so adaptation crazy. They're like, what's almost more so than they are now.
Yeah. Well, I think I'd rather have this where they get too on the nose than the like late 90s and early 2000s
Where
they
they're
just
like ashamed of it.
where they grab licenses and just do whatever they see fit with.
But yeah, that is
No
the
dinosaurs
Flintstones.
were harmed in making this motion picture. In case anybody was worried.
No, yeah,
Harvey Korman is the Dick to Bird.
yep,
Oh, boy.
And here's the B-52s again.
yep.
They told you
It was
some weird
Sigurdsson.
Scandinavian kid.
Jay Leno. Hannah and Barbera were there, so.
Mel
Mel
Blanc.
Mel
Blanc.
Blanc, yeah.
I
The
didn't
one
know
and
that.
only.
Yeah.
The audio was lifted. He wasn't alive during the filming.
Oh, okay, I was going to say they
Yeah.
didn't seem to match up.
I imagine a lot of the SFX were just like, oh, we had these on file. Just
Yeah.
pull them in.
It's just lifted.
That's like one of the saddest things I've ever seen. I remember going.
These were Jim Henson creatures, which explains the grossness of some of them and
yeah.
the just,
The believability.
Yeah, exactly.
You probably remember this, Ryan, from the WB stores. Do you remember when Mel Blanc died and they put out the picture that had Bugs Bunny like refusing to speak into a microphone, and it just said like "Thanks for all the words," and it had Mel Blanc's
Very
name.
vaguely.
That's
Very
still
vaguely.
to this day like one of the saddest, most like heartfelt things I've ever
Well,
seen.
he's I'm not here to plug anything on Netflix, but the documentary "I Know That Voice" on Netflix is incredible, and the influence of Mel Blanc, just the entire just idea of voice acting from him is just incredible.
So, yeah, that is it for episode 1 of Good Brews, Bad Views. Thanks for listening. Tune in next time for the redo of the Roger Corman classic, Death Race 2000, with Death Race, starring Jason Statham.
A movie I unabashedly love in every manner.
Is it because it lacks any color other than shades of gray?
No, it only puts color where it needs it. It's
explosions?
It's an amazing movie. It's so good in so many ways. It does everything that it sets out to do, and that's why I appreciate it.
Okay, I'll give it that.
Well, I haven't seen it yet, so I'm anxious to get to this.
I think
boy.
that you'll actually really, really enjoy that movie, Ryan.
All right, so yes, thanks for listening, and as always, please watch and drink responsibly.
Take care, folks.